99X in the Morning X. It's Barnes and Leslie. Have you been to the store lately, Fram?
I have been to the store, and I have to say, Christmas right around the corner. Get your big shirt. Your who doesn't want a Morning X mug? Who doesn't want a license plate? Yeah, just in time. We didn't have this in the original days, so now we have a store. Go to 99x.com.
I'm very concerned about something happening in the store because I've been alerted. I told you about a month ago, I think, that the promotions department came to me and said, you and Leslie are going to be really excited. There's a new item that's about to debut in the store that it's about us in some capacity, our show, and that we're going to be very excited, and they spent a huge chunk of the budget on it.
They're not bringing those bobbleheads back, are they?
Well, that would actually be good, but they won't tell me what it is, so
that scares me. Shouldn't we have approval?
Well, you would think, but they said sometime in the next week or so it's going to be in the store, so I'm very, very sketch about it.
Okay.
One of the favorite things to do lately for me has been to go to the Punchline, and I've kind of rediscovered a new love with the Punchline after seeing first the Queen was there,
I know,
and then popping in Marvelous 3 came out to support Jace's wife. And this weekend, very funny woman named Sarah Tiana, who is a Georgian, will be there Friday and Saturday. Please welcome Sarah to the show. Hey, Sarah.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me.
So your history here, did you go to school in the Georgia area?
Yeah, so I'm from Calhoun, about an hour north of Atlanta. We have a Nike outlet. I don't know if that. I think we have a Buc-ee's now, so it's kind of a bigger pit stop. The coolest thing that ever happened in Calhoun was in 1993. Bo Jackson got stuck on our exit during the blizzard.
Oh, nice.
So was, they put up a plaque at the Holiday Inn there. It was a really big deal. Somehow I can't get a mention about it on Wikipedia, but Bo Jackson got stuck there in '93, so that's cool. And then I went to UGA, and then I transferred to Georgia State. And then when I was at Georgia State, I worked at Album 88. And
wait a minute.
Big fan of 99X.
Hold on.
What year were you at Album 88?
So I would have been in Album 88 in 98 and 99.
Whoa, that was like the height of 99X.
It was.
What was the inside over there is always that all you guys hated us. But then the minute any of you got a chance to come over, you were like, oh, I love 99X.
I was a fan of Album 88.
Oh, thanks. I mean, I didn't have anything to do with that, and I didn't know any of the music they made us play, and I would get in trouble all the time because I would play like Michael Jackson, and they're like, you can't do that. You got to play stuff nobody's ever heard of and nobody will ever listen to again. And I was like, but I don't like this kind of stuff. So I was, delegated to the 3 a.m. hour, and then I really only wanted to do, I started that job to do the news, and I kept making jokes about like the Clinton scandal, with Monica Lewinsky, and they were like, you can't make jokes about the news. And I was like, well, I don't want to do it. And they said, well, you can do entertainment news. And I said, okay. And then that was kind of my foray into stand-up. I didn't really realize I was going to be a stand-up, but I think that was like my first taste of it.
We are talking to Sarah Tiana. Her special is on YouTube right now. You've done so much television. I mean, I can't believe everything that you've done. But I was looking, at your IMDb page, and there's a show that you were on, maybe just one season, that I was actually working on behind the scenes, which was Nashville Squares, which was like Hollywood Squares with Nashville people. How was that experience for you? Because that was crazy.
It was kind of crazy. I was the head writer of that show. And then I was also on deck in case anybody ever missed their plane, which happened to Sarah Evans. Like the very first show, they were like, well, Sarah Evans isn't here. You have to go on.
You used to be on Chelsea Lately, right?
Yeah, I was on.
I recognize you from that.
Thanks. Yeah, I think a lot of people don't recognize me now because I was on Lights Out with David Spade for like a year, but I was pregnant the whole time. And so people see me and I tell them about Lights Out, and they always go, oh, there was this pregnant girl on the show that we just thought was so funny. And I'm like, no, that was me. It was just, 60 pounds ago. Just don't recognize me.
Are you married now?
We're not married because he's a Patriots fan, but we've been together for 7.5 years. Yeah, I'm like, you don't get a ring from me too, man.
That is funny. You draw the line because I know you're a big Falcons fan. So
big Falcons fan. Yeah, big Braves fan.
What else is coming up for you? Have you done a Netflix special yet?
I did a Netflix special with Brad Paisley, but that's really the only Netflix special that I did. My new special, 44, is on YouTube. 44, the year, how old I was when I taped it, and also Hank Aaron's number. So I just had to, put those together.
You look maybe 30.
Thanks.
I would have never guessed that you were 44 or higher.
Oh, I'm 45 now, but yeah, 44 when I taped the special and when it came out. So, it's like, Adele does that, right? She says, 21, right? Like that's, I'm very much like Adele.
I'm looking at your, your Twitter X page, and you definitely go Dogs, go Braves, go Falcons. Mm-hmm. You talk a lot you know more about sports than most men I know. It's insane.
Yeah, my boyfriend / husband, whatever, baby daddy.
Your sperm provider.
Baby daddy.
Yeah,
right.
He's a sportscaster, so we are a very big sports house. He's on the Rich Eisen show. He's the sidekick, but he's all Boston sports. So we, with our son, we have to really just draw the line, and just we just put them both on, and our son can any of the players that he wants. I'm actually writing for the MLB Awards, which are happening in Vegas on December 16th. Please watch. Roy Wood Jr. is hosting. And so many Braves players are going to be there. So my son's going to get to meet Acuna, which is his dream.
Nice. Yeah. Love it. So you're Friday and Saturday at the Punchline. I think I'm going to come out. This will be really fun to see you do your thing. You're very funny.
Thank you.
When you were on album 88, was it in that era or after that you kind of thought, I can be a comedian, or I can try this? Because you were saying you were into news.
Yeah, I started school at UGA for journalism. Then I found out that you had to write the news, and I was like, I don't want to. I thought I could just read off a teleprompter. That's really my only skill. And then I moved to. Then I started at Georgia State, and then by doing entertainment news, realized I wanted to go more into entertainment. Like I had grown up in theater in Calhoun, but when you're a good act, in Calhoun, everyone would be like, "Oh, Sarah, you're such a great actress. You'd make a great dental hygienist." Nobody is you should move to Los Angeles. So when I moved to LA, everyone told me I was funny, and that's when I started stand-up.
So funny. Sarah Tiana, another former 99X listener. I don't know where we find. That's so crazy to me that these guests are like, oh yeah, I listened to 99X in the 90s and whatever. All right, I'm going to leave you all with another funny little clip from her special, 44, which is streaming now on YouTube. Look for her this weekend, Friday and Saturday at the Punchline. Sarah, Tiana, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank y'all.
You can have a little bit more fun, though, when you're not married and you're pregnant. I can remember going to the doctor's office. I was huge, and the nurses would always say dumb shit. They'd be like, oh, looks like somebody swallowed watermelon seeds. I'd be like, no one swallowed anything, Brenda. That's why we're here.
The Morning X with Barnes and Leslie. 99X.